Yo, what is going on? What is going on? This is CLW podcast. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the page. One of the most exclusive channels like no other. We stream old school games, new school games on this platform and page. Won't be disappointed, man. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. Now, I was expecting to do a Raw watch along today, but unfortunately, I completely forgot that they come on early and they'll be back to regular scheduled programming sometime next week. I was very disappointed because we still didn't get to see John Cena live, so we gotta make some arrangements being able to see John Cena live while they are filming and going live early. So today we're just going to speak about and talk about the state of WWE. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Salute.
Tuned into Game Legend
100.
Game Legend 100 TV.
Game Legend 100 TV.
Game Legend 100 TV. Game Legend 100 TV.
to 100 TV. Make sure you like and follow the content of this channel. One of a kind.
The most official, spectacular, underrated channel you will ever see. Because it's legendary. Just like Rob Van Dam. Channel you will ever see. Because it's legendary.
Tuned into Game
Try to do a remix. The current state of WWE, and it's been a minute. You know, it's been a minute since we talked about anything about AEW because of the fact that I believe that AEW is about to be 3 shows away from surpassing WCW Nitro. Now, let me give this respect where it's due. Gotta applaud it. We must applaud it. Where's my cheers at? Okay, my cheers. We must give credit where credit is due because I believe AEW has gone way downhill ever since they lost Cody Rhodes and ever since they lost Jade. Now, I think Jade was the dagger because she was the poster woman of AEW besides, you know who. So, I'm going to say this. The way AEW is looking right now, between how the crowds is looking, because, you know, AEW was live, was popping in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I think from between 2019 and 2023, AEW was fire. It was nothing stopping AEW. AEW was unstoppable. They was unique. Their venues was fire. Their pay-per-views was fire. The way it was set up was fire. When it first started out, the all-outs events and stuff, when he had everybody participating in the event, was fire. It was fire. You know, it was very different. You know, it was like a Japan feel at the same time, but it was like every universe from every sport was just collaborated into one, just facing each other. And I think that would have been a perfect opportunity for, you know, WWE to collaborate. But AEW, I think they wanted to be its own show, which created the show for TNT, then created the show eventually for TBS. So, my opinion on it, 3 shows away, they surpassed TNT from Monday Night Nitro. I think it's just the same. It don't feel like the same. I feel like it's just the same state as Nitro, but the only thing that's holding AEW together is the money. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Nitro had funds, if WCW had funds and wasn't playing around with their money, WCW might be still around today. Who knows? It's just the fact that they was playing around with their money. You know, they was giving it away to a bunch of people, a bunch of, legendary wrestlers that are legends today, of course. And everybody was just splurging. They would waste money on events that looked spectacular. And I'm not going to knock them for that. 98, 99 was fire. They venues, oh, wait a minute. 97, no, 96 actually. 96 through 99, the venues was fire. All the venues was hooked up. It was way better than WWE sometimes, which was WWF at that time. Way better. The setup was just like a fire, spectacular show. Starcade, Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach. All these events was fire. The setup was fire. Y'all know what I'm talking about, all my old school fans out there. WCW had some pay-per-views that was fire the way it was set up. So I think that money was really wasted on stuff like that. Fireworks, people's gears. There's a bunch of stuff money was being wasted on. And, some people learn from their mistakes, but I'm trying to figure out what is going on with AEW, with their venues, with their events, with the crowd. Is people not going, or people not showing up, or they doing the venues at the wrong places? Because NXT is looking liver than AEW at this point, and Tony Khan keeps saying that we are in competition with WWE, but you gotta realize and face the music that you got NXT to worry about before WWE. WWE, it was a time where they were slacking and AEW had the edge. Like, it was going up and down and up and down and up and down. And then something happened with AEW that just lost all momentum. It started to get ugly. You didn't want to even watch it anymore. And it was kind of disturbing because AEW was very unique. I got the custom championship belt, something I don't have for WWE. I was all in. You get what I'm saying? I was all in with AEW. You get what I'm saying? Like, all right, they got unique wrestlers. Okay, we got Cody Rhodes doing his thing. He the face of the company right now. He probably gonna pass the torch to somebody else. They got Chris Jericho up in there. Okay, we getting a few WWE wrestlers there. Okay. They realizing that this might be the next big thing. Okay, I see him. And then we had the matches was off the chain. We had Kenny Omega feuding with Moxley. We had Kenny Omega. It was just Kenny Omega held it down too. I felt like they didn't know who to really be having the face as the face of the company, but we all know it just should have been Kenny Omega. He held all the titles that year, which was 2003, 2023. He had all the belts, had TNA belts, he had Ring of Honor belts, he had it was, he was the poster. And he deserved it. But then something happened between that year and 2024. And it was just like, wow, is it even worth catching a show? Maybe it was some things that people didn't agree with. Some of the wrestlers was nice. Some of the female wrestlers was holding it down. It started to feel like the female wrestlers was stepping up more than the male wrestlers. It got to a point where I got so heated and upset and mad that certain people wasn't getting treated right. And I ain't like it. I was kind of upset about it. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But first off, the first thing we want to talk about, though, we've been going on a rant a little bit. We want to talk about Jon Moxley versus Edge. Now, we told you we ain't talk about AEW in a long time. But so they are part of what's happening in the state of wrestling today. Because they are up there with NXT and WWE. They are to me, some people might consider the third option of wrestling to watch, because NXT, been stepping up their game every week. And some of these shows actually been better than WWE. So we got to understand that. We must understand. We must understand that NXT, the future is NXT. The wrestlers in there doing amazing things that WWE is not even doing. I'm just upset I'm not able to catch Tuesday's event. We're going to make sure we try our best every Tuesday to catch NXT, because NXT has been pulling off some amazing matches. You know, I just feel like NXT should be on Netflix, you know, in America. But other than that, you know, we got to catch NXT live. We got to catch NXT's pay-per-views. Have been off the hook. The match has been off the chain. Got a couple of wrestlers that's very talented and young. Got 19-year-olds up in there, 20-year-olds up in there. So we got to support NXT even more for people that watch as hardcore wrestling fans as well. Now, we can't really show the picture up with Jon Moxley, which was a spectacular, you know, thing to see. It was a little bit, you know, when it's going to come to a point where it's too much. You know, was it too much? Could he have seriously injured himself or paralyzed himself? Yes. Definitely. Was it worth it? No. And this is my opinion, only my opinion, why Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho last week's match was not worth it. One, it wasn't worth it because they gave it to us free. What are we doing with free? That's what I'm saying. They pulling the WCW. WCW was giving us free stuff. They gave us Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan for free. And you know, that should have built that up to a pay-per-view. It should have been a crazy moment for Goldberg holding two titles at the same time, first time for WCW Undisputed Championship. And it was a good feeling back then to see free, you know. But does free actually hurt the company? Yes, it does, because you're missing out on millions of merchandise. You're missing out on millions of poster merchandise people could buy. You know, it's like, why give Jon Moxley versus Edge that type of match and that type of moment for free? That's a pay-per-view moment. You'd be like, oh my gosh, remember when Moxley got that thing stuck in his back? Now everybody's saying, like, what are you going to do next? How can you keep up doing regular stuff on regular shows, and then your pay-per-view is like, okay, that's it? We're going to want to see more. You know what I'm saying? We might want to see flesh ripped off the bone next time. You know what? It's like, how can you keep up doing regular things on regular shows when your pay-per-view must be way better, way more extreme than your regular programming on TV? You get what I'm saying? Nobody's going to want to keep paying pay-per-view if we can't see pay-per-view stuff. We see pay-per-view stuff on regular scheduled programming. We see it on regular TV. Why are we paying for pay-per-view if we're not seeing, you know, nothing spectacular or nothing worse or nothing, you know, more crazier than what we see on regular TV? Why purchase a pay-per-view? In my opinion, they should not have done that for free. Jon Moxley put his body on the line to the most extreme. The boy could have paralyzed himself. He had flesh that was like a nail. Some people were saying that it was like something on it was something on the nails to make his skin not rip off as much. But come on, man. What we're not gonna do is downplay the moment. We cannot do that. It was dangerous, maybe unnecessary for TV, but it was done, and it was something. It was a shock value that whole week. Everybody was talking about it. But how long would that last? It's just a TV programming. We remember pay-per-views more than we remember the shows. Pay-per-views is the moment we remember the most out of everything. Of course, we're going to remember a good Raw or a good whatever show, but pay-per-views matters. Everybody has a favorite moment in pay-per-view history. Everybody remembers Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell. That's a pay-per-view. If they did that on a regular Raw, I don't know if it would have had a much impact. Because certain people would have missed it. Certain people would have, would have like really like, because they probably would have did something crazier. But it was on pay-per-view. It was the first time seeing something like that. We thought he died. We thought he got killed, twice. It was a shock value that lasted forever, and it's going to last forever. That moment right there where Jon Moxley versus Edge hit him in the back with that nail bat, whatever it was. They got stuck in his skin and stuck in his back, almost touching his spine. As they trying to take it out, it was stuck, ripping his skin off a little bit. Seeing the holes in his back. That should have been a pay-per-view moment. That moment should have been talked about for the rest of this month. For the rest of the year. Now they're going to probably have to do something more spectacular on a pay-per-view event. Because it's not going to last. That moment was crazy for that week. Now what you going to do this week? People are going to know that doesn't watch wrestling. They're going to see highlights or pictures on their social media. It's like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's happened here? They're going to want to tune in. Of course, they're going to tune in now. You're going to get a lot of viewers. But they're going to want to expect something like that now. You know what I'm saying? The regular person, the regular viewer, that was fire, But a non-viewer of the programming that's new is going to, be excited to see what's next for AEW, what they're going to do this week or what they're going to do next week, what they're going to do for the pay-per-view. I think that spectacular moment should not have been free. That's the only thing I have a problem with. Yes, it was dangerous. AEW has been dangerous. They've been doing some dangerous stuff. So if they're going to keep the momentum going, you need to do the dangerous stuff on your pay-per-view so it can be memorable. What you going to do in the pay-per-view, this upcoming pay-per-view? You got to do something worse. You got to do something more spectacular. And in my opinion, I think it starts off with Jon Moxley doing something even more devastating to Edge if they're going to keep this feud up. If they're going to keep up this feud with them, Edge got to go through something worse. Edge must go through something worse. That's my opinion. I think this spectacular moment shouldn't have been free. They gave it to us for free for no reason. It was a shock value they was looking for, but why not have shock value that's memorable on a pay-per-view that people could say, yo, go look at that pay-per-view, man. Yo, I ain't never seen nothing like that. It's on regular TV. People going to want to expect to see more of that. You going to keep doing that? You're going to keep doing something similar to that? Just my opinion. My advice to Tony Khan and AEW, man. You're not going to want to keep this momentum up with doing stuff like this on regular shows. It doesn't end well. It does not end well. You got to start doing stuff like this on pay-per-views only. Yes, you could go all out on a regular scheduled programming to try to out-compete your competitor, which is NXT and WWE. But come on now. You can't keep up doing that every week. It gets like, it gets tiring. It gets tiring seeing something like that. It doesn't become special no more. Pay-per-views is all about something special, something like an extravagant, crazy moment happening that make everybody want to watch the pay-per-view over and over and over again. You're not going to want to just like watch a pay-per-view and just forget about it. No, you got to do something in these pay-per-views that's spectacular. The last pay-per-view was cool. Last pay-per-view was cool. I seen some highlights. It was cool. But what are you going to do better? What are you going to do even more better now? You gotta do something even more better. You got to do something even more better. Tony Khan, congratulations on surpassing WCW Monday Night Nitro. So, congratulations, because it's coming. 3 more shows away. It went by fast too. 96 through 2001 is how much WCW lasted doing these shows. It's 5 years. 5 years just went by like that. That is an amazing accomplishment. And a lot of people gonna hate you. You know, they're gonna be jealous, you know. Every Bischoff feeling some type of way, you know, but I mean, from my opinion, the things that's happening are they in the same state? And just Tony Khan just has a lot of money to keep up, you know, because, unfortunately, every Bischoff and the company and the TBS, the business station, he wasn't trying to fund WCW no more. They didn't really believe in wrestling down there, but they kept it up to the point where it just got exhausted and money ran out. Is AEW lasting because Tony Khan funds seems to be unlimited? It's Game Legend 100, man. Make sure you hit that like button, CLW News, CLW Podcast. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button as well. Now, state of wrestling. We got John Cena here, right? John Cena has been doing good as a heel. He has been doing good as a heel. I have to admit that he's been doing good as a heel. And the thing is now, where's The Rock? So now there's been rumors that The Rock has backed out of this whole situation altogether. He doesn't like how the storyline is going. Could it be true? Could it be rumors? We're not seeing The Rock every week. During this time last year, it was amazing. It was amazing every week. The momentum was fire. We've seen The Rock every single moment, every single time he was involved. And it seems like, is the momentum going downhill because The Rock is not here to instigate the situation for John Cena? We thought The Rock was going to be like the Paul Heyman for John Cena. You know, that would have been fire. You know? It would have like made John Cena's heel turn even more crazier. Because The Rock could just curse. He could do all kind of words, bashing, you know. He could say, "Oh no, we don't give a F about the kids." Da, 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 da. He could really instigate John Cena's heel turn. But we don't see that. We're seeing Cody Rhodes and John Cena get into like a nagging debate. It's not even like a promo where we're seeing John Cena disrespect anybody. It's like he's doing it so cleanly. We just used to being a freaking face. It's like it just seems clean, but he's doing it as a real heel. But it seems too clean to me. I want to feel like he's really disrespecting people. He talked about the kid today. He mentioned the kid in his promo. He was telling the kid like, "Oh, I made a kid famous, da da da." You know, he mentioned the kid, made fun of the kid, and he was saying how everybody else was talking about it, making a big deal out of it. But to me, he should have just said, "F that kid." F that kid's feelings. You get what I'm saying? That's something The Rock would have instigated and did for him, because I know John Cena wanted to take this heel turn to the next level, but I know he don't want to go all out curse, you know? He's going to be strict with that curse and stuff. He say he don't give a ish about me, yeah, but he ain't going to say that. Once he says that F word, okay, we going somewhere now. He ain't do no F-bombs yet. Once he does an F-bomb, okay, I think we taking it up a notch. I think the last week of, you know, this WrestleMania tour, I think he's going to do the F-bomb. Once he does that F-bomb, he'll turn Cena. He'll Cena's full effect. It's 50% right now. You know, he's still coming out with the shirts, still coming out with the gear. He had the black and yellow gear now, so he's on set for this dark side of Cena right now. He's warming up. I feel like he's warming up. That's what's happening right now. John Cena's heel turn is warming up. little by little, week by week. We have to understand that this is going to take some time. Cody Rhodes is the ultimate babyface right now. And he appears to be outshining Cena for some strange reason to me. And I think that's because Cena is not taking it to 100. He went to 0 to 50 at Elimination Chamber. He needs to go to 50 to 100 from now on with these promos to Cody Rhodes and the fans. Go all out now. It's time to go all out. It's time to stop playing with this heel turn. Stop playing games. We gotta hear more F-bombs. We gotta hear the anger more. And we gotta hear the disses to Cody Rhodes. So I haven't heard a Cody Rhodes diss yet. Where's the disses at? This is what I'm saying. He's not on 100 yet. I think he's warming up. I think he's gonna gather himself by next week, hopefully. And he'll have it together. We expect him to have this is lined up for Cody Rhodes. You could talk about how he was Stardust. You could talk about, you could go really all out on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has a history background that's suspect. And Cody Rhodes is a good wrestler. But we're talking about his characters and he's portrayed throughout his whole career. It's suspect. You get what I'm saying? He was Stardust. He was this conceited dude. He had a mask on. He was all kinds of stuff, But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the conceited. Well, he was a little. I like that little persona he had on. He had the little stash, porn stash going on. He was cool. But other than that, like I said, he has some characters that John Cena could diss. Like he could say he wasn't never on my level. He could talk about a lot of stuff. I'm just not understanding why he's holding back. He's on 50% power level right now. And we need the heel Cena to be on 100. He needs to be on 100. And that's my opinion for heel Cena so far. He did a little cool promo today. He had to show off the new all black and yellow gear that a lot of people are going to be purchasing. And we want to see The Rock. Now, if his rumors is true that The Rock has bailed out of this whole situation, is it going to make this situation kind of dull? Was Cena's heel turn his decision? Or was it The Rock's and Cena's decision to go into WrestleMania like this as a story? We want to see more of The Rock. The Rock is not there, hasn't been there for the past 2 weeks. And he needs to show up to diss Cody, to help diss Cody, to say certain things that maybe Cena cannot say it or don't want to say. But he's able to say it. He's a heel. But I think he has some kind of respect to the point where he's not going to say as much as we think he should be saying. But I think The Rock should show up next week. He should be, at this point, John Cena's manager. Because does he have Cena's soul? Or this is something separate from that whole situation of The Rock needing souls. I thought this was the moment where, we was going to see Cena look like he's corrupted, But we get regular Cena, just not the babyface Cena we used to seeing. Take it to 100, John Cena. We want to see you on 100%. We must see you on 100%. Otherwise, this heel turn is looking a little suspect. So far, it's cool. But now by next week, if we don't see the huge difference or improvement, it's going to start to look suspect. This is why I say suspect is like, was it worth it? Or was it too late? My opinion, I think John Cena's heel turn was not too late. It was right on time. I think it was time in the moment where John Cena needs to just be himself, stop being forced to be a character you want to be, and understand that everything just needs to happen the way it is. I don't want to see this heel turn last just 2 months. If this heel turn doesn't last the rest of his WWE career, it's going to suck. He needs to go out as a heel and go out as a champion. He must be champion. He must break Ric Flair's streak. He must. So to solidify his GOAT status, his legendary status, he must break Ric Flair's championship run. He must do it. He must do it in a bad, evil way too. He got to. That's going to solidify that he did all sides. He was champion as a heel because he's never been heavyweight champion as a heel. You know, he never was heavyweight champion as a heel. We're not going to go having John Cena turn heel and he's not going to be champion. This is a 2-for-1 situation. You know, you get John Cena heel and get John Cena heel as a champion. We got to see that too as well. We got to see the dominance. See, he's used to being champion. So he's not going to be as dominant as he should be. You know, he can't say, oh, I'm the best right now. He can't say things like that. Cody Rhodes is practically the best right now because he's champion. Once John Cena becomes champion, we got to see the Hollywood Hogan status, man. We got to see the Hollywood Hogan. We got to see him doing stuff to the belt again. We got to see him doing like crazy promos. We gotta see it all. We gotta see it all, man. And I can't wait for it. And I hope they don't have Cena losing at WrestleMania. If Cena loses at WrestleMania and doesn't become champion at all, was this heel turn worth it? The point of turning the heel in this situation is to have a heel versus a babyface. Cody Rhodes cannot lose to another babyface. He got to lose to another heel to make it, you know, feel like a story. Now they could go back and forth into a rivalry up to SummerSlam or Survivor Series, and he wins it back. But this WrestleMania, it's all about John Cena's retirement. This is a retirement party, and I think he should be dropping. Cody Rhodes should be dropping the belt to John Cena. I don't care what nobody say. We must see heel Cena for the next 5 months as a heel and as a champion. The year's almost over. It's about to be April, then May. John Cena's career is over in November, December. I think his last pay-per-view is going to be Survivor Series. So, hit that like button if you enjoying the stream. This is CLW Podcast, one of a kind channel right here. We was going to go live with Monday Night Raw, then we completely forgot that came on earlier. So, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We will be going live, streaming, you know, real content, real video games on this channel as well. We're going to do this for another half hour, and then we're going to go take a break, and then we're going to go stream some video games, video content for y'all. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream. Hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. That was Cena, John Cena's opinion about his heel turn so far. It's been 50%. We got to see him turning up a notch going into April. It's about to be WrestleMania soon. And he needs to turn it up. It's going there. It's 50%. Salute to heel Cena. Salute to John Cena being able to handle, still being able to little disrespectful words he can say to the crowd. But turn it up a notch and he'll be alright. And The Rock must come back. Because The Rock caused all of this. Like, he's just not gonna be not included in none of the situations because he started this. Why not be involved in situations when John Cena is doing his promos, agreeing with him, doing every kind of things that the heel can do? Feel me? So, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page as well. See, this is why I should do like a sound check. I don't know why I don't do a sound check. We gotta make sure. Yo, yo, if I was just saying all of that, yo, I'd be so upset, yo. Talking for a half hour straight. That's why I gotta do a sound check, man. This is whack. Hold on, man. I'm not even sure if sound was even on. Alright. I was getting ready to say. Cause the sound just be like cutting off here, but sometimes it be live. Alright, so cool. Let's go to AEW. Like I said, we gotta start doing, like I stopped honestly I stopped doing AEW news because what they did to my boy, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that, man. But let's see. But let's talk about NXT and TNA going at it. We had Moose entering the round, and I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that WWE did the exact same thing as AEW. They had we had Moose versus champion. Moose versus forgot the new forgot the NXT wrestler's name, but he's dominant like Moose. I'm trying to get the names right now. Don't really got the names down packed as much. I gotta be on point with NXT because they've been having some crazy matches, man. Some wild, crazy matches, and it don't work. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, NXT has been having lots of crazy matches. Look it up now. Okay. Oba. Okay, we can't forget that. Alright, so we had Oba versus I'm trying to get the TNA champion. Oba versus Moose. Now, I'm very surprised that WWE has put this match on a regular TV program, and it should have been like there should have been like a pay-per-view event. But it was a good match. So let's look up the results. So let's look up for my opinion, the top NXT wrestlers that I like, that I've been seeing highlights of so far. Of course, Trick Williams. He's gonna be drafted soon. He's been there for a long time now. He's been holding the NXT down, and I think they're just being patient with him. I appreciate that. I appreciate that they're being patient with Trick Williams. He needs to, get everything he needs to get out right there and now. And by the time he gets to the big leagues, he won't have to go back, to the NXT. Like that, I hate that. I hate when people go backwards. You get what I'm saying? Like, stay in NXT as long as possible. Get your stuff off. You'll be good. You'll be alright. Oba is the champion. He will be drafted real soon, probably by next year. He gonna be champion for a little bit in NXT, holding it down. Javon Evans, my boy. Javon Evans is only 20 years old. 20 years old. And you know what? He reminds me of Jeff Hardy, yo. Like, he's been like watching Jeff Hardy all his life, playing the video games, because he's been doing video game spectacular things, man. And his name is the Young OG. And he's been doing amazing stuff. So far, every pay-per-view he's been in, spectacular. So, we got Trick Williams, I think is going to be doing good. Oba, the Young OG. And Tank, Tank could be better. You know, Tank could be better. They need to give him more chances. All right, for the women's, of course, Jada Parker. Of course, Jada Parker. You know, Jada Parker. Of course, Jada Parker. Jada Parker has been improving. You know, she got that nice body on her, but that body ain't gonna be doing everything for you in that ring. You feel me? But during the weeks, she's been improving as a wrestler. You know, she's been very, very showing off what she could really do. She's been training hard, working on her moves, and she's looking good. She's finally got a spotlight in the main event, going and feuding against the heavyweight champion of NXT right now. And she just needs to, you know, that's all she needs to work on is more of her wrestling abilities, get it up there way more. I've been seeing her improve though. You know, she's a distraction, but I've also been seeing the wrestling she's been doing, and it's amazing. I appreciate that the hard work she's been doing, and she's really taking the wrestling thing seriously. And she's gonna be doing real amazing things. So Jada Parker is up there, top 3, top 5 right now. That's doing good in NXT and improving. And I can see, you know, some good things in the future besides the looks. And then the next we got, for my opinion, we got Lash Legend. See, Lash Legend needs to find a place. She got it all going on. She just needs to find a place more. They need to give her a belt. They need to give her a belt. I don't know what belt. I don't think it's going to be the heavyweight championship yet, because I think that Jada Parker is up next to hold that belt. But yeah, I think Lash Legend is gonna be a real threat to the names of like Jade, the names of Naomi, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, because she's up there when it comes to strength. You know, she's up there with the kind of wrestler she is. It's gonna be a threat. And I see better things happening each week that she does get the opportunity to wrestle on NXT. Izzy is cool. And let's see, the champion of NXT for the women's. I haven't really been seeing much of NXT champ, but she is nice though. Let's not get that twisted. I'm seeing the highlights. She is nice. Everybody, all the ladies from NXT is fire. And then we had they got this they brought back Underground. That's what I forgot to talk about as well. They brought back Underground for NXT. So we got NXT Underground. It's looking like it's all right. It's look like, you know, they did some improvements. So was Shane McMahon, you know, right? You know, was he right about doing this? I think Shane McMahon was on to something and he just didn't want to give him credit for it. And it's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up because When I first seen the underground, I thought the underground. When I first seen underground, I thought it was something different. I thought they was bringing UFC in a unique way to NXT. See, they got what he doing here is they improved it. So there's like no like, basically it doesn't look like there's any rules. That's different because there was a time when it was like ring outs and all of that. They couldn't go outside the ring, you lose. So basically there's no ropes. It's a real match, but there's no ropes. But it's like you going all out. Don't think there's any rules, but the TKO must take place in the match. So this is different. You know, they got it in a video game as well, WWE 2K as well. Trick Williams looked like he's about to be the face of the event of Underground. Oh. Yeah, Trick Williams got everything going on for him. He's going to be like one of the future. I know he can't wait to get back up in the big leagues because he can actually go team up with his, I don't know if they still going to be friends, but he might be able to do some things with his partner up there with WWE right now. Ex-partner. See, NXT, I'm glad they knew they was onto something with this underground, but they just didn't know the formula of how to do it. And I'm glad they didn't abandon it because it's something different we can see. And once they master what the underground is going to really be about, some big things can happen. You can start putting gloves on people. You can start doing amazing things with this underground. Get in feuds with this type of event underground. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be NXT is good. NXT is in good hands with Shawn Michaels. He knows wrestling 100%. He knows what to do and who to be champion and who to move up at the right moment, right time. He's been doing an amazing job with that. And yeah, I don't see NXT having no problems. All the wrestlers is nice. Eddie seemed like he's a good wrestler as well. That's why I gotta go back to my NXT stuff. We got to go back to NXT stuff. Got to. Yeah, Eddie was trying his best to go against Trick Williams. So NXT state right now, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, they doing a good job. Every week it seems like they doing something good. I got no complaints for NXT. I'll be seeing the highlights. I'll be like, damn, I really meant not going live watching this. Gotta go live watching this. NXT is doing good, man. State of NXT is right where it needs to be. Headed to a good future. For real. They're gonna get more wrestlers, even more wrestlers, even more wrestlers. And the current wrestlers are gonna move up. They're gonna be developed the right way, not rushed. And I see good things, man. Good things in NXT. NXT is doing good. Now the state of WWE. To be honest, during this time last year, it was just better. It was just better. I can't even lie. The energy, everything was just better last year. Yeah, we got Heel Cena, but it was just something special, unique last year for WrestleMania time. Like you wanted to see every second of the shows. Now it's like you could catch highlights. and be like, okay. Last year, eyes were glued to the TV every single day when WWE had an event. Live events, Raw, SmackDown. This year is just not the same. I think they better kick it up a notch by next week or Friday, because it doesn't really feel like WrestleMania season as much as it should feel like it. Yeah, we know, we understand. We got a new character in place, which is heel Cena. I say heel Cena. He says he's not a heel. He's heel Cena. And we got a new character, but what's not making it feel like it's not WrestleMania season? Do we need more feuds? Because we got Naomi. She suddenly was the one that did Jade dirty. We already established that on CLW podcast, though. But Jade got set up by Naomi. And for my opinion, I think Bianca knew about it. I think she was in charge of doing it, because Naomi was about to spill the beans. But unfortunately, Jade came out, kept saying, I did it for you. I did it for us. And I can't wait for Bianca to be the one to get caught. Maybe on TV, maybe on like hidden camera, audio, being caught up, saying I was the one that set everything up. Yeah, Bianca, it's got to be something like that, because the way she's acting towards Jade, she feels so sorry, this and that. But I think Bianca is ready to be a heel now. The way she's been acting, the way she's been talking, I think she's ready to be a heel. In my opinion, I think it's coming. Probably during WrestleMania, it's gonna come. I think she's gonna probably try to interfere in the match between Jade and Naomi, because they gotta have like a crazy match. They got to. Because I know they're not gonna have. See, what would be crazier? If they decide to put Jade in a championship match with Io and Rhea Ripley and Bianca. Now, if that's a fatal 4-way, that'll be good. It should be like a fatal 4-way elimination. That'd be good too. That'd be good. But we just giving opinions out here, The state of WWE right now, I think we just need more feuds, and I think we get a feud with the ladies. They trying their best. They keep playing the Io Sky. Io Sky's the truth, man. Io Sky hasn't had a bad match in a whole year so far. Year straight. Fire match after fire match. They keep playing her like it's not like they didn't just get defeated by her. Like they keep singling her out. She's the one that's the champion. And I got a feeling they doing so much sleeping on her. She might retain that belt. She might keep it. She might beat Jade. She might beat Bianca and Rhea Ripley at the same time. The way it's headed. But I like Io Sky. I think she's an amazing wrestler. I think they made her champion for a reason going into WrestleMania. And I don't think they're going to give the belt back to Rhea Ripley anytime soon. To be honest. They're probably going to give it back to Bianca. And then we're going to have this kind of like champion versus champion thing. Because Bianca and Charlotte hasn't gone together yet. They haven't feuded together yet. It's coming though. It's soon. Soon. We're going to see that real soon, because, we know Charlotte Flair is going to get that belt, man. Like, come on. We know Charlotte Flair is going to get that belt. Let's stop playing these games, man. Where's the pitch at, man? We got to stop playing games with it. We got to stop playing games with it. We know Charlotte Flair is going to get that heavyweight championship belt. We know. It's obvious. It's destiny, It's destiny. She's gonna, give her a good lesson. Tiffy a good lesson, wrestling lesson. She's gonna get experience. And she's gonna find out why Charlotte Flair is the legend that she is today. She's gonna win that championship belt. Now, is it gonna be 16-time champion? I'm not too sure. I lost count already when it comes to Charlotte Flair. So yeah, Charlotte Flair's gonna win that belt back. The gold looks nice on her as always. She can wrestle her ass off. And yeah, she's gonna win. And then they're gonna set up a thing where, you know, champion versus champion, Night of Champions. It's gonna come around again. And this might be Charlotte Flair versus Bianca. Might never know. Maybe they might wanna do an undisputed championship match. Something gotta happen. This match is bound to happen. They didn't do the Rhea Ripley Charlotte again because we've seen it already, which is cool. But we haven't seen Charlotte and Bianca yet. Bianca Belair is a good wrestler as well. She's up there. She's on the same level. So I think as times go by, who's gonna be the heel? Are they gonna have Bianca Belair being a heel? I think she's ready. I think she's ready to be a heel. See, we think the dream match we want right now is Jade versus Bianca. I thought we was gonna have it by WrestleMania. I thought Naomi was gonna get caught up and telling Jade that Bianca told me to do it. You know, then Jade confronts Bianca. She pretends she don't know what she's talking about. Then turns heel. But Bianca's caught up in a championship moment opportunity right now, so she is going to be having the opportunity to win her third championship. I think she's going on her third championship run. Yeah, third championship maybe. I think it is. Not too sure. But Rhea Ripley had it for a long time. You know, we are exhausted between the Judgment Day she had it and I don't know what group it was at this point with her and Damian Priest. But she had it for a long time. She was a good champion, you know, but it's time to share the gold now. You know, it's time to share the gold. Got to share the gold around. Got to share the gold. But WrestleMania should be okay. You know, we don't know what's gonna be the main event for night 1 yet. And we don't know the main event for night 2. We know the main event for night 2. Night 2 is going to be John Cena and Cody Rhodes. But we don't know what's going to be the main event for night 1. We're going to have a tag team match. Or we're going to have The Rock, Cena versus Cody, somebody else. Maybe Roman Reigns. Then we get that dream match clash. And in that moment, The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Will we have that? We have to have a good story going to WrestleMania now. We have to. Just my opinion, though. We got to kick it up a notch. Want to see more interactions with Roman Reigns. I know he's in a feud with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, but I think he can add himself into the situation some kind of way, being in like a tag team moment, helping out Cody Rhodes, because he's been helping out Cody Rhodes for a minute now. So why not in this moment when he needs help? Especially if The Rock comes back into the story the way he's supposed to. So it's only one way to find out. WWE has to do it. Simple as that. This was CLW Podcast, CLW News. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the page. The state of WWE right now, I think, is okay. Okay. Triple H has been pulling off spectacular Netflix roles. He's been showing his name, especially on SmackDown as well. And he's been doing a pretty good job. Hopefully we get the opportunity to have a championship belt on Jacob Fatu, which is, he's coming up. You know, he's the next big thing. You feel me? They better not mess him up. Penta, we need a championship gold on Penta soon. Just the respect for his character. You get what I'm saying? To respect his character, he needs some championship gold on him. I'm trying to tell him, get that TV title belt. We can have a championship being defended every Monday on SmackDown. So we could take it easy on the championships with the US and Intercontinental, we gotta always have that. We can have it every other week. You get what I'm saying? So bring your TV title belt back, you know? TV title championship belt. That'll be good. Only defending on TV shows. And I think that should be good to go. Have more champions. And we still waiting on the triple threat tag team championships. There's a lot of triple threat tag teams out there right now. So those are the things to look out for. Look forward to. Hopefully they do it sometime. Maybe later on in the year, who knows. But CLW podcast. I think this is episode 95. We are so off. But we're gonna get back right on track with this podcast, this Father and Daughter podcast. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button. This was CLW podcast, CLW News. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. Everything is all about my opinions, but you know they always listening. So hopefully they listen to some of the ideas I put it out there for Raws and SmackDowns in the future shows going into WrestleMania. We need the state of WWE to be more of the feel of WrestleMania, not just WrestleMania season now. No, because our eyes were glued last year around this time, WrestleMania. So before WrestleMania happened. So hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. It's Game Legend 100 CLW News. We will be streaming some video game content like we do on this platform and page. Hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the content. We'll be doing a CLW podcast. We're going to try to do some CLW podcasts with NXT tomorrow. Because we must, because NXT has been doing a lot of good things when I'll be watching the highlights. So we must get into CLW podcast with NXT. So yeah, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, spectacular channel. We stream old school games, new school games on this platform and page. You won't be disappointed when you hit that like, hit the share, and most importantly, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we go live like we are right now and upload exclusive content and videos. I'll leave y'all off with this like I always do. Anything is possible, just everything is not easy. You gotta keep pushing, gotta keep motivated, gotta be motivated, gotta be positive, avoid negativities at all costs. It ruins your frequencies and most importantly, ruins your vibrations. So be positive, avoid negativity, always motivate others to be great, so you receive the blessings. Always bless others when you're able to be blessed to receive the blessings back even more. And always motivate others to be great, man. Because we all want to be great. We all are great in many different ways. We just got to unlock it. Some people it takes time to unlock it. They distracted with many things, different things on this earth and planet. But keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. You're doing the right thing if you're doing the right thing. You know when you're doing the right thing because it feels good. When you're doing the wrong thing, it don't feel good. It don't feel good. When you're doing the right thing, it feels good. Always remember that. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. You will be successful. Keep on pushing to your goals and dreams because glory is a part of your story and struggle is a part of your story as well. Hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. This is Game Legend 100. We will be streaming in another hour. Come give me something to eat. Hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. It's Game Legend 100. Peace and blessings. Salute to everybody for supporting this page, helping the page grow. And then we're going to keep being humble over here. And YouTube, stop playing games. You know, you should be seeing thousands, hundreds of views. Stop playing games, the channel. Come on. You know, this one of a kind channel right here. We elevate into new heights each and every day. We got unique content on here. We do a lot on this platform and page. We put in the work. We put in the hours. Almost 100 hours in this month. Come on, let's stop playing games. It's Game Legend 100. 100 streaming hours this month. Let's stop playing games, YouTube. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. We're taking this very serious over here. Like I said before, anything is possible, just everything is not easy. Hit the like, hit the share, hit that subscribe button. It's Game Legend 100. See you in a little bit. Peace. And most importantly, Blessings.
Tuned into Game Legend.
Legend 100.
Game Legend 100 TV.
Game Legend 100 TV.
Game Legend 100 TV. Game Legend 100 TV.
To 100 TV. Make sure you like and follow the content of this channel. One of a kind.
The most official, spectacular, underrated channel you will ever see. Because it's legendary. Just like Rob Van Dam.
Thank you for watching Game Legend 100 TV. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and set those notification bells for exclusive content. Enjoy!